Hello folks, today I'm going to be taking a look at Flags of War's funkier side with some funky pop, retro 80s cartoon and movie miniatures. Okay, today I'm going to be taking a look at 2 packs from Funky Skull Games. This is from Ian Flags of War. There is a game called Street Wars, which is all about sort of 1970s warriors-esque gangs roaming the streets of New York City. However, these are funky pop miniatures, so they don't have a place in the game. They're just really nice miniatures. So the first one I'm going to take a look at is a set of dueling seadogs, and you may see a slight resemblance to something from your childhood. So we have here the first of our salty seadogs, with bulging forearms, a tight sailor's outfit on, and a cap. All he's missing is a corncob pipe and a tin of spinach. So as you can see, one-piece cast. Little bit of flashing, nothing particularly major. Not much in the way of mold lines or seam lines on it. So a very clean cast overall. This fellow, who I'm going to call Pulpy, is 28mm to eye level. And in this pack, he is accompanied by this gentleman. So massively muscled, much taller salty seadog. Big beard. I mean, it's a striking pair. As you can imagine, substantially taller. In fact, what's that? 34mm to eye level for Bluetooth. And what could these salty seadogs be fighting over but their bestest gal? May or may not be called Olive. There's big chunky boots on, and then the very long dress. Again, all 3 of them. Beautiful casts, a lot of character in them, and an interesting set of figures for people of a certain vintage, shall we say. Now, the second pack may be familiar. I'll start with this little tearaway. He's a teen adventurer. Got a burning torch in one hand and a rolled up map in the other. Again, small amount of flashing, but nothing particularly egregious. A little bit more of a seam line on this, running on the trousers. But he's also wearing some form of jeans, so there is an actual seam, which is not the same as the seam line that doesn't follow the same direction. You can see them both there. So a little bit of a clean up to do on him. If you don't know who they are yet, we'll drop in another one. Even though he's a teenager, he's a cocky young snipe, brushing his hair, trying to look his best. These kids are where are we? 26mm to eye level. So if I bring back in an adult, there is a noticeable difference. So we've got our first 2. We'll add in our third adventurer. Trench coat, massive belt buckle, some bits and pieces hanging around their waist, unusually bulky shoes. If you haven't worked them out, then this should really help, because we've got a slightly chunkier one dressed up like a pirate. And if you said Goonies, then correct. So we have Data, Chunk, Ralph Malph, and I forgot Sean Astin's character's name. It'll come back to me. Mikey, little Mikey. No group of teen adventurers would be without somebody to protect them, watch their back, and get them out of trouble. If you're thinking Thanos, then you are wrong. It's not Brad. It's a much more interesting character. Hey, you guys! Dun, 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 a sloth-esque character. Really striking pose. Bandana, tricorn, and a face even a mother would drop. Just missing his big Superman S on his chest. So there we go. That is the Teen Adventurers. And the dueling seadogs from Funky Skull Games and Flags of War. So there we have it. Two very interesting packs. Like I say, they're not for any game in particular, which means in many respects they're for every game. If you are a child of the 80s, or even earlier, you'll probably find a home for these in your collection. And it's well worth checking out Funky Skull Games. The Street Wars game itself has got a lot of excellent retro and pop culture references strewn throughout the range. So great to see from Flags of War. Let me know what you think below, folks. Until next time, bye-bye.
Go ahead and check out our other content on screen now. And while you're at it, why not hit subscribe and remember to ding our dong. Go on, you know you want to click it. Go on.